chilling with the brother who's holding the mic.
Have you seen her?
Have you seen her?
Tell me, have you seen her?
Hammer, you know I'm looking. Calling all my friends all around the place. Guy, Levert, a whole new raw bass.
Have you seen her?
Have you seen her?
Tell me, have you seen her?
Ted, Jay, or any lover. Fat Fight Freddy, won't you help a young brother?
Have you seen her?
Have you seen her?
Tell me, have you seen her?
I got a picture in my mind.
And welcome to the Oddity Archive, the nostalgia show that prides itself on its comparative lack thereof. Having said that, I want my childhood back! Every development of the last 20 years can go to hell! I think that ought to do it. And now that I've filled my pandering quota for the next couple of months, hopefully, today's show really did get me on a bit of a nostalgia kick of my own. Now, lately it seems like a lot of people's formative years have just been getting raped, mostly by Hollywood and these bad TV and movie retreads. But for me personally, and for today's show, it just kind of reinforced a lot of old fond memories. Did I mention it's Amy Grant Day here at the Archive? No!
Baby, baby, I'm taken with an ocean to love you with the sweetest of devotion. That's what love is for, to help us through it. Baby, baby, the tender love of love, the blue sky to the deepest ocean.
Well, that was fun, wasn't it? Anyway, now that we've got that out of the way, let's take a nice, if slightly warped, I mean it is the Archive, stroll down memory lane. So, bust out those old acid-washed jeans and big economy-sized cans of Aquanet, because I've dusted off my trusty old Laserdisc player, and I've dug good and deep into the archive, I guess, for a nice big, heaping second helping of mostly 87 to 93-ish LaserKaraoke comfort.
'Cause baby, something beautiful's dying. You've lost that love feeling.
Since I kinda blew the history lesson in the first installment of LaserKaraoke, let me take another stab at it here. The development of the Laserdisc in the late 70s allowed for multiple soundtracks to be included all on the same disc. Around 1989, running with this idea, plus allowing for the logical next step in karaoke machines, not capable of more than song lyrics up until that point, Pioneer issued the first Laserdisc machines to include microphone inputs, and many a drunken night at the sushi bar ensued. Back on topic, Pioneer also issued a seemingly endless line of, as it was dubbed, LaserKaraoke titles over the next several years. And as longtime archive viewers know all too well, American LaserKaraoke titles are, in context, competent, well-produced, well-executed, and invariably dull as dishwater. Occasionally you can find a track whose video is amusingly pretentious, but that's about it. The Asian titles, on the other hand, we came up with a huge harvest of titles this time around, so let's just dive right in. And I want to take the first half of today's episode just to take a look at the individual discs, some mini reviews. And so let's start with the great disappointment of this lot. This one's from the Philippines, and this is called Beauties Around the World, Volume 1. And I mean, this looks like a slam dunk. I mean, you got the imitation Playboy Bunny and some of the absolute worst graphic artistry I've ever seen. But the bunny in question, nowhere to be found on here. And the songs on here, there's 24 songs on here, 20 of which are in Filipino, and the 4 remaining tunes are in English, but they failed to chart in any predominantly English-speaking country, and they kind of suck anyway. And at least at the time, I don't know much about the Philippines, but at the time at least, they seem to have this thing for very, very bland, rote, soft rock. So imagine one moderately attractive woman in some fairly conservative swimsuit per video, like the woman in the yellow one here. Just one per video, kind of prancing around to some really dull, bland, competent version of some bland, rote Filipino soft rock tune. There was only one keeper on here, and that's only because of a certain quite brilliant disconnect between the music and the video. And when I say the music, I mean the music. I don't understand a damn word of Filipino. It may not even be Filipino. I don't know shit about languages.
Sumulat ako upang malaman mong ako'y tapat pa rin sa'yo. May problema ka ba? Matutulungan ba kita? Sa akin ay huwag kang mangamba. Ah, 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 la, la. Tandaan mo na lang.
Unlike last time, most of the discs that I looked at for today's show seem to have a certain unique running quirk to each one. So, first up, let's take a look at this one. This is called Hits Parade 1, and this is from Taiwan, I believe. And it kind of almost breezed right past me. At first, it looked like a bad 60s Hawaiian music album to me, as opposed to a LaserKaraoke title. Now, whoever sequenced this thing had a majorly warped sense of humor.
Baby, baby, my tender love will flow from the blue sky to the deepest ocean. Stop for a minute, baby, I'm so glad you're mine. Yeah. In a glance, it's in these what's got romance. Oh, I'll be fine when I'm lost.
And if they weren't making weird sequencing choices, they were including footage that any intelligent LaserKaraoke producer, assuming there is such a thing, would have left on the cutting room floor.
Make it better place for you and for me and the entire human race. There are people dying if you care enough for believing. Make a better place for you and for me.
Up next, let's look at a series that I have a whopping 5 titles from. And this series is called Top Hits English Songs, and this is from Taiwan. And so much for punctuation or syntax. But I have 5 titles of this. This is the earliest. This is number 21. And each disc is radically different from the next. Each one seems to have a pretty distinct personality all its own. And this is actually kind of the loser of the lot. I mean, the entire disc is just this very boring nature and or travelogue footage. And just very bland, unremarkable versions of various, mostly soft rock songs. But then there's those moments where you get something that just probably shouldn't be in a scenic karaoke video, if in karaoke at all.
From from a distance. We are having and no one is in need. There are no guns, no bombs, and no diseases, no hungry mouths to feed.
I said, now what would you say? Oh, they'll be calling you a radical, a liberal, oh, fanatical, criminal. Or won't you sign up your name? We'd like to feel you're acceptable, respectable, oh, presentable, a vegetable. Oh, dignity, yeah.
This one now before they're very born. Go ahead and name your neighbor, go ahead and treat a friend. You ain't anything I'll heaven, you can justify it here in the end. There won't be any tickets blowing come the judgment day, on the bloody morning after. One tin soldier rides away.
The most notable thing about Volume 24 of this series, let me get you a little look at that, is not so much the swimsuits, but just this certain blissfully unaware disconnect between what's going on screen and the songs themselves.
I want a man with a slow head. I want a lover with easy touch. I want somebody who will spend some time, not come and go in a heated rush.
Wherever you go, whatever you do, I will be right here waiting for you. Whatever it takes, no how my heart breaks, I will be right here waiting for you. I wonder how we can survive this romance.
Time matters. I live among the creatures of the night. I haven't got the will to try and fight against you tomorrow, so I guess I'll just leave it. Tomorrow never knows. I said night. I'm living in the forest of a dream. I know tonight is not as it would seem. Baby, baby, I'm taken with a notion to love you with the sweetest of devotion. Baby, baby, the tender love of love, the blue sky to the deepest ocean. Maybe that's seeing something we don't, darling. Let's give 'em something to talk about. Something to talk about. Let's give 'em something to talk about. Something to talk about. Let's give 'em something to talk about. How about love?
Now, Volume 27 of this series, take a little look at that cover. That may actually be my favorite cover of this particular series. It takes the mild eroticism of Volume 24 and pretty much just blows it to hell. I mean, it's still a lot of women prancing around in bikinis and tight dresses and stuff. But this time it's women in bikinis and tight dresses and wet swimsuits and stuff, prancing around to alternately depressing and woefully inappropriate songs. I guess they were trying to make men feel guilty or something here. It worked beautifully.
I don't love you anymore. To waste our lives would be a sin.
stars they fade away, leaving me to spend my lonely night with dreams of yesterday.
Praise for the singing, praise for the morning, praise them for spring, fresh from the world. I was dancing with my darling to the Tennessee waltz when an old friend I happened to see introduced her to my loved one, and while they were dancing, my friend stole my sweetheart from me.
I am so confused right now. Volume 31 of this series, while a bit more straightforward, just a bit, is home to some of the most Casio-tone-orific backing tracks I have ever heard.
In other words, I love you.
Fool me, just walking in the rain, thinking how we met, knowing things have changed. Somehow I can't forget.
I would personally argue that this last volume that I have of the Top Hits English Song Series, Volume 35, and the most recent, is the true odd duck of the lot. Some of the vocalists on here seem to be, how do I put this diplomatically, experiencing some gender issues.
I'm a man. Can't you see what I am? I live and I breathe for you. But what good does it do? The way I love you. No, 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 no. You don't know what it's like. I felt that knife in my hand and she left no more. My Delilah. Why, Delilah?
Following in the proud, grand tradition of the Endless Love Song and Greatest Love Song series, we've got Everlasting Love Song. Yep, apparently just the one. And I've got 2 volumes from this series, and the first disc here is just a total washout. Just bland, unremarkable versions of songs to bland, unremarkable footage. No thank you. But this other volume, on the other hand, is just this delicious stew of wrong lyrics and bad vocals and questionable footage choices, often all on the same song.
Stuck on you. Got this feeling down deep in my soul that I just can't lose. Guess I'm on my way.
Oh, my darling, you were wonderful tonight.
a memory live again. Every street.
Dreams are my reality, a different kind of reality. I dream of loving in the night, and loving seems alright, although it's only fantasy. Oh, give it to me straight from the heart. Tell me we can make another start. I see you on the streets from time to time.
Our last mini review is for what on the surface appeared to be far and away the least interesting of the bunch. And this series is from Hong Kong, and as far as I can tell, is simply called Karaoke. Me and language. Now, I have 2 volumes from this series, and the first one, it has its moments, but it's really just kind of this hodgepodge of various quirks and styles. No real distinct personality. Now, on the other hand, this other volume is home to the most amazing green screen work I have ever seen.
My head is safe for forgetting. My heart is safe. Don't let go. Hold on to the end. That's what I intend to do. I'm hopelessly devoted to you. Tonight, I'll see my love tonight, and for us, stars will stop where they are. Today, the minutes seem like hours, the hours go so slowly. Moon river, wider than the mile. I'm crossing you in style someday. Oh, dream maker, you heartbreaker.
So, hang on to used to be. Look alive, looking behind.
All we have is here and now, all our lives.
First they say they want you, he haven't really need you. Suddenly, and when they know they have you, then they really have you. Nothing you can do or say.
And so let us begin with the ever-popular garden variety quirk portion of the show. Now, if you saw the first edition of Archive Laser Karaoke, you're probably noticing some of the same songs turning up again. And let's just get this party started by clearing out those last few repeat offenders that we haven't touched on yet.
But I guess that's just the way the story goes. You always smile, but in your eyes your sorrow shows. Yes, it shows.
So now I come to you with open arms, nothing to hide. Believe what I say. So here I am with open arms. There is a house in New Orleans they call the rising sun, and it's bound the ruin of many a poor boy. And God, I know I'm one. Love hurts, love scars. Love wounds, it mars any heart. Not tough or strong enough to take a lot of pain, take a lot of pain. Some fools think of happiness, blissfulness, togetherness. Some fools fool themselves against. They're not fooling me.
Of course, as these are all Asian discs, most of the guide vocals on these things carry a certain accent. And, it's not particularly surprising, nor is it particularly amusing. Okay, maybe a little. But what pushes it over the cliff for me personally is when some of these singers start tackling songs that just sound inherently weird coming from a Chinese, Japanese, Korean, what have you voice.
Here he comes, that's Kathy's love. I've got to stand tall. You know a man can fall. I'm a traveling man, made a lot of stops all over the world, and in every port I'm on at least one lovely girl. I'm a pretty senorita waiting for me. And if you cry out, I'm gonna push it some more. A la 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 long, a la 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 long, 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 long. Ooh yeah, a la 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 long, a la 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 long, 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 long. One more time, a la 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 long, a la 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 long, 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 long. Singing.
Windflowers, beautiful windflowers. I couldn't wait to touch them, to smell them. I held them closely, and now I cannot break away. Their sweet bouquet disappears like a vapor in a desert.
Please promise me that you will stay and take my place while I'm away and give the children love each day. I had to cry, what could I say? How hard I tried to find a word, I prayed she would not see me cry.
Know that you're in love with him, 'cause I saw you dancing in the gym. You both kick off your shoes. Man, I think those rhythm and blues. I was a lonely teenage boxing ball with a pain connection and a pickup nice American pie. Drove a Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Thank good old boys were drinking whiskey and rye, singing this'll be the day that I die.
But better than that is when the singers start trying to impersonate pretty distinctly non-Asian performers, and boy do we have a bumper crop of these.
Leaving me pain and sorrow.
Losing you now, wondering why. Where will I be tomorrow?
Forever live in what we are, to be without a choice. Will we remember?
Knowing it's so wrong, but feeling so right. We are undercover passion all around. Can I do for you to love me? And I'll always be crying over you, crying over you.
Someday I just know that love will lead you back to my arms. When you belong sure as our sun shining.
Love on the rocks, ain't no surprise. Just pour me a drink, and I'll tell you some lies. And nothing to lose, so you just sing the blues all the time.
But if you're thinking about my baby, it don't matter if you're black or white.
I'm not to stab it. I'm not to stop. I'm not this business. You ready to get top. I'm scared of blood. I'm scared of shit. I'm scared of nobody. Go when the day gets me.
Addiction for gangs, club nation, guys and youth and human relation is a true war on a global scale. I'd rather he would set off the tail. She's not
Would it be us then if I can't help falling in love with you?
Things always go wrong when you take something in one language, translate it to another, and then try and translate it back to its original language. At least I think that's what happened with this next batch of clips. Again, I'm not very good with languages.
Talking about Georgia. I'm in Georgia. So love you.
Our true romance, someone that you met and telling me how sorry you were leaving so soon. Unless you miss me sometimes. So long I've been looking too hard out and waiting too long. Sometimes I don't know what I would find.
Baby saw them when they pulled the big top down. Left behind her dreams among the glitter. A different kind of love she thought she found. There's nothing more than sawdust and some glitter. But baby can't be broken, 'cause you see, she has the finest teacher, that was me. And I told her, don't cry aloud, just keep it inside and learn how to hide your feelings. I am proud, and if you should fall.
To be honest, no, I don't expect karaoke tracks to exactly duplicate the hit versions of songs, but sometimes, even in context, they still come up just a bit short.
We were waltzing together to a dreamy melody.
Writing love letters in the sand. How you laughed when I cried.
Tonight, while our hearts aglow, oh, tell me the words.
No, I could never change you, and I don't wanna blame you. Baby, you don't have to take the fall.
Yes, I'll make up for you without another substitute.
The love you give, you rock my world. You dig? I'm saying the life that I'm living. This is the life that I have, and it's given to you. Yeah, and it's true. Like that we can lead to you. Believing a girl like me, she's the one for you to be with. But when I'm caught all alone, I start facing. It's from a state depression, and in a thundercloud of doubt moving, I began to wonder, do you still love me? But after that, my whole world is beautiful. Blow, Bradford, blow.
A passing acquaintance of mine by the name of David A. Scott Jr. used to have a series of music videos on YouTube until they in which he would take some classic music video and he'd rewrite the lyrics to the song to literally describe what's going on screen. These next clips have absolutely no need for such a thing.
Cheer up, sleepy dream. Oh, what can it mean? What daydream believer and a homecoming queen. Will you still love me tomorrow?
To borrow from one of my favorite movies, it's such a fine line between stupid and clever. And as for the makers of this next batch of clips, they clearly did not see that line. Lucky for us.
Why does my heart go on beating? Why do these eyes of mine cry? Don't they know it's the end of the world? Take off your silver spurs and help me pass the time, and I will give to you summer wine. Ooh, summer wine.
My eyes grew heavy and my lips, they could not speak.
That will bring us back to go. Oh, oh, oh. No. A deer, a female deer. Ray. A drop of golden sun. Me. A name I call myself. A long, long way to run. So, a needle pulling thread. La, a note to follow. So.
Round the track they drove at a deadly pace. No one knows what happened that day, how his car overturned in flames. But as they pulled him from the twisted wreck with his deadly breath, they heard him say, "Tell Laura I love her." Sometimes when we touch, the honesty is too much, and I have to close my eyes and hide. I wanna hold it till I die, till we both break down and cry.
As a general rule, karaoke rarely strays outside of that safe zone of pop, soft rock, show tunes, and to a lesser degree, children's music. So I was kind of surprised when I was going through this batch of discs and finding that there was a certain willingness to push the envelope into, crossover at least, hard rock / heavy metal territory. It doesn't mean that you should necessarily, but you know.
But you'll be alright now, sugar. You'll feel better tomorrow. Come the morning light now, baby. Don't you cry tonight. And don't you cry all that glitter is gold, and she's by
can go back, but in the long run, and there's still time to change the road you're on.
And as we wind on down the road, our sight is taller than our souls. There walks a lady we all know, who sends what light and what's the soul. How every day still turn to gold.
And she's buying a stairway to heaven.
I really honestly did not expect to find anything even remotely as off the wall as the Macarena clip from the last Laser Karaoke episode. Dear Lord, was I wrong. So, like any truly great party, let's end this one by going just irretrievably off the deep end. Prepare to be confused, shocked, offended, scared, and scarred. I mean, that is why you watch the archive now, isn't it? With these last few clips. And I'll see you again soon. Sweet dreams.
I'm singing in the rain, just a singing in the rain. What a glorious feeling! I'm happy again. I'm laughing at clouds. Oh, if I'd only seen that the joke was on me. I looked at the sky, running my hands that I said, till I finally died, with starting the whole world living. Oh, if I'd only
Ebony and ivory live together in perfect harmony, side by side on my piano keyboard. Oh Lord, why don't we? We all know that people are the same wherever you go. There is good and bad in everyone. You learn to live, you learn to give it.
Three blind mice, see how they run, see how they run. They all run after the farmer's wife. She cut off the tails with a carving knife. You ever see such a thing in your life about three blind mice?
Three blind mice, three blind mice. See how they run, see how they run. They all ran after the farmer's wife. She cut off their tails with a carving knife. To ever see such a thing in your life, but three blind mice.
Three blind mice, three blind mice. See how they run, see how they run. They all run after the farmer's wife. She cut off their tails with a carving knife. You ever see such a thing in your life about three blind mice?
Three blind mice, three blind mice.
See how they run, see how they run.
They all run after the farmer's wife. She cut off the tails with a carving knife. You ever see such a thing in your life about three blind mice?